Hello everyone, welcome to our online lesson. Today is really great day and I am Nijat. I will be here for 2 hours from 2 to 4 p.m. and I will be talking about modal verbs like modals of ability, can, could and be able to. And also we will review all modal verbs in English. So before starting to talk about today's grammar, as you know, today is 19th of May. 19th of May is a great day in the history of the Turkey, in Turkish people's history. And today is a great holiday. And I want to congratulate everyone because of the holiday that you are celebrating today. Atatürk's, like in English we say commemoration of Atatürk Youth and Sports Holiday. Congratulations everyone, and I hope we will have a great day today and you will learn grammar like about the modal verbs. And I want to say hi again to everyone. Duygu, Sıla, they say hi teacher, hello, hi everyone again. And let's start our lesson. And again and again and again, today is a great day. Please use this day effectively, watch our online lessons and learn the grammar for modal verbs. Okay, if you are ready, we can start to talk about the modal verbs. And as far as I remember, like the last lesson, the last week, I talked about the topic like can, could, be able to. And in today's lesson, I will be talking about more. Like I will go deeper. It means we will learn it in a different ways, and we will review all modal verbs in English. So modal verbs, structure, and how can we use them? What are the modal verbs in English? As you know, we have the list of the modal verbs as you see from my screen. We have can, we have could, may, might, must, shall, should, ought to, will, would. Okay, they are modal verbs in English. They are auxiliary verbs that provide additional and specific meaning to the main verb of the sentence. Okay, they are auxiliary verbs. Hi, Gamze, Nur, Mustafa, Emrah, Duygu, Mehmet, Rana. Hi everyone. I'm really happy to see you here, and I hope we will have fantastic lesson today together. So the thing I want you to be active as much as you can, and please try to practice, please try to take notes, and please try to write them down. If you have a notebook or pen near you, and if you have a question, please don't hesitate. Ask me your questions, ask me your problems. Like it doesn't matter, either in Turkish or in English, you can ask your questions directly by writing your comments. Okay, don't hesitate, please ask me if you want. Whenever you want, you can ask me your questions. So let's start with the structure of modal verbs. How do we use modal verbs in English? As you know, in order to make a sentence, we have to have a subject and verb. For example, I play, right? I play the piano, like subject, verb, and plus object, right? So, but if we want to use modal verb, we have to use a modal verb between subject and verb. For example, as you see on the screen, Mary could play the piano. Mary can play the piano. Yes, this one. This grammar, like they are auxiliary verb, like modal verbs comes between subject and verb, like after subject and before the main verb we use modal verbs, and they don't accept conjunctions and they don't need other auxiliary verbs. Okay, so please keep in your mind. And let me show you the form of the modal verbs that we are using in English. There's no S in singular. For example, in the present simple, we say I work I work, you work, he, she works. Okay, it changed. This is a present simple, and we change the verb to s, like work, works, read, reads. But modal verbs, he can ski, he can ski, or he can skis. It is wrong. It's completely wrong. Okay, we don't add s to the end of the modal verbs. Can, could, may, might. That's it. And would you like to come with me? Would you like to come with me? We don't use any auxiliary verb with modal verbs. Okay, just we use modal verbs itself, like would you like to come with me, not do you would like. Okay, so we don't need to add s. There's not do or does in the question. There's not don't and doesn't in the negative. For example, they can't be serious. Okay, they can't be serious. They don't can be serious. This, the second one, as you see, it is totally wrong. Okay, please keep in your mind, don't use any auxiliary verb, any verb here, like in the negative in the question, and don't use s in the singular. Okay, guys, be careful with this grammatical rule. Okay, let me check your comments. If there's any question related to today's lesson, I am ready to answer to your questions. Mr. Mehmet Bozkurt ask, could you use to only past simple or all the tense? We can use could in the past tense. Okay, and we have two forms of could. Like the first one is about the permission. For example, not about the permission. Like when you ask someone to do something, we use could in a formal way, like in a polite way. Okay. For example, could you please send me the email? Could you please go to the supermarket? This is a like it's a polite way. It's a polite way to ask someone or somebody to do something. And the second way of using could is the past form of can. For example, I can play the piano, and I can say I could play the piano when I was a child. Yes, could, we can only use could in the meaning of like possibility and ability in the past tense. For example, I could go, it's the possibility. I could play the piano when I was a child. So it is an ability. And the first meaning, as I told you, could is used to ask something politely, in a polite way. For example, could you bring, or could you take, could you, for example, could you give me your address, please, email address, please. All right. And Mr. Ahmet Yurtseven, öğrenmeye başlamama yol gösterecek birisi var mı? Yes, Mr. Ahmet, I am here. Our teachers, our wonderful teachers, actually, like all the teachers of Justenglish, they are really perfect. They are really fantastic, knowledgeable, and experienced teachers. They have more than 5 years experience in teaching English. So you can watch our online lessons and you can learn as many videos as you can. And believe in me, after a while, like after spending too much time on the YouTube videos of Justenglish, you can learn. Like this is a guarantee, and you can learn. Okay, so every day we have online lessons from like elementary level to upper intermediate level. Even we have academic lessons here. So just go to Justenglish online lesson. Just go to Justenglish YouTube channel and choose what you want. All right, Azma says, hello teacher. Hello Azma, welcome to my lesson. I am really happy to see you here. Okay, and modal verbs don't have infinitives or ing forms. For example, most of my students from pre-intermediate levels or intermediate levels, they unfortunately like, actually they shouldn't do that, because they are pre-intermediate and intermediate. They are not allowed to this kind of grammatical mistakes. But when it comes to usage of modal verbs, like they use I canning, or I to can, or blah blah blah, to must, or must to, or musting. So this kind of things, they are not acceptable in English. So we can't use modal verbs with infinitives, or we cannot use modal verbs with gerunds. Okay, we shouldn't add ing or to to the end of the word or at the beginning of the word. We shouldn't do that. Modal verbs are followed by an infinitive without to. Okay, for example, she must study. This is a strong obligation. She must study. This is a strong obligation. She must to study. This is wrong. Okay, after must, after modal verb, we shouldn't use to. Just only be able to. If you see be able to, we can use to. Okay, we should have gone the other way. This is a recommendation. He could play football in his youth. Ability in the past. As you see from the three sentences, we don't have to use any like ing form or to after them. We can use infinitive without to. All right. Modal verbs don't have all the tenses. Yes. Mr. Adam, welcome. Hi again. Modal verbs don't have all tenses. Like as you know, we can use can. We can use can in the present tense, right? We can use could in the past tense. We can't use can in the past or future, or we can't use could in the present or future. Okay, so we have just one tense for each modal verb. Modal verbs use other verbs to complete the sentences or the tenses. Can is completed with be able to. For example, can, we can use can in the present tense, right? But when it comes to past simple, when it comes to future simple, when it comes to present perfect and like for example past perfect, so in these cases we can use be able to instead of can. Okay, so we can use be able to instead of can because we don't have other forms of can in English. We can't use can in future, we can't use can in the past tense. All right. Mr. Ahmet Yurtseven, thank you very much. I will look at the videos. You say it is a suggestion that you can encourage more people to learn by making video playlists. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Mr. Ahmet. We are doing our best during the pandemic situation, and we are trying to do our efforts, like our best for our students of Justenglish from every branch. Okay, let's continue. Must is completed with have to. For example, in the present tense, we can use must, but when it comes to future or past, we don't have the must. For example, did must or blah blah blah. We have to. We can use, for example, you must come early. This sentence is, as you see, this sentence is in the present, right? In the present tense. But had to, as you see, this is a past. Like it means the past form of must. Okay, they can play the piano. They will be able to play the piano in the future. As you see, can is in the present tense. Will be able to, like be able to, we use for future to show the future. Okay, like they will be able to play the piano in the future. Okay, let's continue. What do they express? What do they express? That's a good question. That's a good point. Please take notes while I'm talking about this grammar, and there are really important information. There's really important information that you have to learn. You have to take notes. They can have more than one meaning depending on the situations. Like could has two meanings. Like we have three ways, three situations, like single concept model, we have double concept model, and models in the past. Single concept model, they have one meaning, and I will show you which modal verbs have just one meaning. Double concept model, they have two meanings, and I will explain them. And models in the past tense, they are used to express a situation in the past. So I will tell you what I mean, and I will explain in more detail. Single concept models, modal verbs double concept modal verbs and modals in past. Like single concept modal verbs, the first one, the first column, you can see will, might, should, ought to, had better. They have just one meaning. They have just one meaning. Okay, double concept modals like modal verbs, I mean may, must, would, shall, could, and can. They have two meanings, and modals in past would have, could have, might have, should have, may have, must have. They have the meaning in the past. So let's learn how can we use them correctly. Let's start with the single concept model. Single concept model, like the modal verbs has the modal verbs have just one meaning. Will, just it shows just future. That's it. Joe will travel to New York next week. That's it. Joe will travel to New York next week. Might, it means small probability. Probability, okay? Small probability, like 20%, 15%. I might move to Canada someday. I don't know when. I'm not sure about it. And maybe, might be, I might move to Canada someday. Should, recommendation. You say in English, like we say recommendation in Turkish is tavsiye. Like you should go to the doctor. For example, if you have a toothache, you should go to the doctor. You should get an appointment, rendezvous. You should get an appointment, and you should see your doctor. Okay, in order to solve your problem. Yes, ought to has the same meaning. As should, but ought to is used in only formal recommendation. Okay, formal recommendation. Ought to, just recommendation, should. For example, we ought to know about first aids. Yes, first aids. It means first aid kits. Like when you get ill, you should, or we ought to know about first aids. Yes, ought to we use for formal recommendation. Okay, Azime says my son also listens to your lessons. Thank you. Thanks. Great. Thanks to you, both of you, Azime and your son. It's really good for you to watch not only my videos but also our teachers' videos. They have really fantastic videos to watch. And the next one is about had better. Turkish people, I mean Turkish students, like as far as I know, they use hard, like had better, hardly ever. They hardly ever use had better. But if we are talking about warning, uyarma, we have to use had better. Okay, not should, not must. Must is a strong way, but had better is the best way to use to warn someone to do something. For example, I had better study or I will fail the test. I'd better save money, otherwise I will broke. It means I will lose all my money. I will be broke. Yes. Okay, and had better, as you see, we use it for warning. I had better study or I will fail the test. That's the great sentence I showed you. Okay, guys, if you have any question related to this part, like about the single concept model, please write. Please ask your questions. If you don't have any question, let's keep going with the double concept model. It means the modal verbs that have two meanings. So if you have any question, I'm here. I'm open to your question. Please let me know your problems that you have with this grammar. I'm ready to answer to your grammatical questions. Ali Koruk says hello. Welcome, Ali. Welcome to our online lesson. Okay, guys, I'm waiting for your comments. I'm waiting for your questions. Please don't hesitate. Don't be afraid. Just ask your questions. Okay. Okay, R10 Techno says ought to again. Okay, ought to and should. Mr. R10, ought to and should. They have the same meaning. Okay, same meaning. In academic writings, in academic topics, academic, I mean formal, okay? Formal, like if you are writing an essay, if you are writing something academic, so we should use formal recommendation. It means we should use ought to. But in our daily language, for example, you should go to doctor, you talk to your friend, for example, hi friend, hi my friend, how are you? And you should study because we don't have enough time for the exams. So should is normal conversations, like informal conversations that we mostly use, but ought to only be used for formal recommendations, all like in an academic way. Okay, so you can see ought in the books, in the essays, in the academic articles. Yes, Duygu says, I totally understood single concept. Perfect, Duygu. Thank you. Thank you so much. R10 Techno. If you have any further questions, no problem for me. I will answer to your every single question. Okay. So if you haven't understood it, I'm ready to answer, Mr. R10. Yes, this was about single concept model, like will, might, should, ought to, and had better. Great. If you don't have any question, what's the difference between must and have to? Good question, Mr. Ali. It's a good question. What's the difference between must and have to? All right, let's continue with double concept model, and I will explain the differences between must and have to. Why we use must, why we use have to. Okay, so double concept model, it means this kind of modal verbs have two different meanings. Okay, two different meanings. Okay, let's start with may. May, the first meaning of may is permission. For example, the students, when they wanna for example, come into the room, come into the classroom, they say, may I come in? Okay, the question is, may I come in, teacher? Hi everyone, may I come in? It's a kind of getting permission from someone, from your teacher. The second meaning of may is good probability. Good probability. For example, we may visit Mexico this summer. It's maybe, okay? It's a good probability of like 20%. Great. The next one is about must. Must also has two different meanings. The first meaning is responsibility. For example, if we are talking about the government, we should say everyone must pay taxes. Okay, everyone must pay tax or taxes. Yes, it is everyone's responsibility. If you work, if you work, you must pay tax to the government in order to get money when you retire at the age of 65 or at the age of 60 or 55. It changes from country to country. The second meaning of using must is assumption. Assumption, it means we guess something can be true, can happen. Okay, so she didn't arrive. From my point of view, in my opinion, I think, I guess, I assume she must be sick. So if she didn't arrive, she must be sick. Okay, so this kind of meaning the must has. Okay. All right, and would. Would also has two different meanings. Like, for example, as you know, we use used to. I used to, for example, when I was a child, I used to play the guitar. When I was a child, I used to sing a song. Instead of used to, we can use would in the past. Like when I was young, I would play soccer. I would play soccer. So we only use would with active verbs. When I would play. Or I used to play. Okay. The first meaning is used to. The second meaning of using would is about present unreal. Like, as you know, in English we have unreal sentences, for example, second conditional sentences, third conditional sentences. For example, if I had $1 billion, I would buy a house in LA, Los Angeles. Yes, everyone wants to do that. Great. So would has the meaning of present unreal, like I would buy the car, but I can't afford. Okay, I would buy the car, but I can't afford. Present unreal in order to show. Great. This was about a double concept model. And the next one, like the rest of the modal verbs, like shall, we have talked about may, must, would, and let's continue with shall. Shall. The first meaning of shall is educated expression over. Excuse me, I shall go now. Shall I clean it? For example, shall I clean it? It's kind of offer. The first one, educated expression. Excuse me, I shall go now. Like this. The second meaning, contractual obligation. The company shall pay on January 1st. Like this kind of language we use in the contracts. Contractual obligation. It means, like, for example, if you sign a contract, it means you are responsible for doing something. Okay, you have to do something. You have duties. Contractual obligation. The second meaning of using shall. Could. Unreal ability. Unreal ability. For example, I could go if I had time. I could visit so many countries if I had lots of money. So it is unreal ability, like ability, something like could be, but it is unreal. For example, if I had a car, I could travel, I could go around Istanbul, right? Good. The second meaning of using could is about past ability. She could play the piano. It means when she was a child or 10 years ago, like she used to, she could, but right now she doesn't have this ability. Like she can't play the piano at the moment. In the past she could do that. Can. Present ability. We can speak English, and I hope my students can speak English. Yes, because they have fantastic teachers. The second meaning of can is permission. Can I have a candy? Can I have a candy? Yes, permission. Also, we can use could in this situation. Could I have a candy? But could is more formal, is more polite. Could I have a candy? Or can I have a candy? Could is more polite. All right, let's continue with can, like as you see, and I will show you a chart on my screen. So, do you have any question? By the way, I forgot to ask you. I am talking without stopping. I'm gonna ask you like if you have any question or not. Please let me know if you have any question about the grammar. I would be really grateful to everyone to ask me the question. Whatever you want, you can ask. Okay, and let me make it. Yes. So I wanted to make it bigger. Like, yeah, this one is perfect. All right, it is very mixed. Used to, Mr. R10, they say. Used to is not a modal verb. Used to and would. Okay, so used to and would. We can use them in the past, and please remind me, I will explain it in the second part, because first I should finish this part, and then in the second part of the lesson I will explain the difference between would and used to. Okay, I will do that. Don't get confused, please. I will explain clearly. So as you see, can like you see, probability, possibility, ability, permission, obligation, advice, or offers. Like if you want, you can take a photo of this screen. Please take a photo of this screen, or you can screenshot Mehmet Bozkurt and Arten. Okay, you have the same problem. Don't worry that I will explain it again in the second part of today's lesson. So please take a photo. Take a photo of today's grammar. Can belongs to ability. Like I can play the piano. And permission. Like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories. The first category is probability or possibility. Second category is about ability. Third one is about permission. The fourth one is about obligation or advice. Last one, like fifth one, is about offers. Okay, so can belongs to second and third category. Like I can play the piano, ability. Can I go out tonight? It's permission. Perfect. Can't. It's a negative form of can, but it belongs to probability and possibility. She can't be his mom because I know his mom. For example, his mom has blonde hair, but that woman doesn't have. So I say she can't be his mom. Or she is too young. Yes, because I'm sure. If you are sure something is not true, we can use can't. For example, she can't be my friend. My friend is generous. I know my friend. And we can use can't for ability. I can't speak German. Can you? Yes, I can't speak German. Can I borrow the car? No, I can't. Or no, you can't. Yes, can't belongs to first, second, and third categories. Might, probability, it might rain tomorrow. Yes, if you see black clouds in the sky or outside, it means it might rain. It's a probability, maybe. We don't know. Could, probability, it could rain tomorrow also we can use. I could already read when I was 2. Yes, this is the ability in the past. Could I see your passport, please, sir? It's as I told you, it is formal sentences. I can't stand modal subject, Mr. Mehmet Bozkurt says. Yes, I know. It may be like confusion for you, but don't worry about that. It may rain tomorrow. It has the same. May I leave the table? It's about the permission. Have to. I have to study tonight. I have to study tonight. It's about obligation. I have to study tonight. Shall, obligation, and offer. You shall pay on Tuesday because of the contract. Yes, stay strong, Mehmet. Yes, Duygu is right. Shall I help you? This is an offer. Should and ought to. It's about what? It's about advice. Advice. You should see it. It is excellent. Yes. Had better. It means it is advice. It's a strong advice. It's a kind of warning. You had better sleep more because you don't sleep enough. Would you like a drink? Would you like drink? My eyes are dry. That's why I had to take off my glasses. Okay, would you like a drink? Would you like a drink? Like in order to offer something to someone. All right, let's continue. Let's continue with models in the past. They are models refer to actions that happen in the past. Like the first situation, single concept modal verbs. The second situation, like double concept modal verbs, and the last one is about the models in the past. So they are models, refer to actions that happen in the past. I think we can continue this the rest of the lesson in the second part of the lesson. I'm gonna show you some examples. Let's do these examples. Like first one, first sentence, and we have to fill the blanks using must, mustn't, don't have to, should, shouldn't, might, can, and can't. For number 1, like till the break time, we should do as many questions, as many sentences as we can, and then we will have break, and then we will continue with the second part of the lesson. So let's do the first one. Rose and Ted, blah blah blah, be good players. They have 100 of cups. So from this sentence you can understand the meaning of the sentence and which modal verb we should use here. Must, mustn't, don't have to, should, shouldn't, might, can, and can't. So if you don't understand this sentence, I can explain and I can tell you the correct answer if you have any problem. So let me check your stay home, stay strong, and stay just English, blah blah blah. Okay, let me check your comments. Azime says must, Emrah says should be, Sıla says should, Gamzenur says should. Okay, I'm gonna say that just okay, Arten says might. Okay, and just 2 people. All right, must, they say. Just 2 people answered correctly. I won't tell you the names of the students. Just I want to explain. I'm gonna explain. Look at this sentence. Look at this sentence. They have 100 of cups. It means we have information. We are sure about it. We are sure Rose and Ted not might, not should, not may, must be good players. Must be good players. Yes. The number 1, the correct answer is must. Must is a correct answer for number 1. Because why? Because they have 100 of cups. They have 100 of cups. I am because I have this information. If I don't have this information, I would use might. I would use may. Yes, certain. I am sure. I'm sure something is true. That's why we can use must. Rose and Ted must be good players because they have 100 of cups. Okay. Yes, Ali. Because of certain. Can we use have to for first sentence? No. We can't use have to. Have to and must. The differences between 2 modal verbs, have to and must, used to and would. I will explain them in the second part of the lesson. Okay, please be patient, wait for the second part of the lesson. I will explain why we use have to, why we use must. All right, number 2. You blah 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 pay to use the library. It is free. Like from this sentence, you can understand the meaning of the sentence and you can understand which modal verbs we should use here. Okay, let me check the comments. Don't have to, don't have to, don't have to. Yes, don't have to is a correct answer. Don't have to is a correct answer. Why don't have to? Because if something is unnecessary, unnecessary it means gerekli değil. It is free. Ücretsiz, no money. You shouldn't pay. You shouldn't pay anything, any penny, any kuruş. You don't have to pay to use the library because it is free. It is unnecessary. If something is unnecessary, you don't have to pay. Let me write another example. Let me say another example. For example, today is Tuesday. Yes, on Sunday like on Sunday. On Sunday, you don't have to get up early. Yes, because you don't work on Sundays. On Sunday, you don't have to get up early. Yes. They are writing the answers and I'm explaining. Don't have to. Alright guys, I hope you understood this grammar. Let's continue with number 3. My students are really impatient. They are writing the answers. Okay. So number 3. I am not sure where my wife is at the moment. If you are not sure, look at here, this sentence, I am not sure. I am not sure says something to you. Yes, I am not sure might. Yes, she might be at her dance class. Yes, might be is a correct answer. Yes, might be at her dance. Yes, let me check your answers. Who wrote might? Ceyda, Dilara, Sıla, Ahmet, Duygu, Arten. Ceyda wrote number 4. Ali says should, not should. It must be might. Gamze says might. Yes, might is a correct answer for number 3. Might is a correct answer. Number 4. Jerry, blah, 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 be working today. He never works on Sundays. So, Jerry, okay, I don't know which modal verb should I use. Be working today. He never works on Sundays. For number 4, can't they say? Why can't? Because he never works on Sundays. He never works. I am sure something is not true. I am sure. That's why we use can't. Yes, Jerry can't be working today. He never works on Sundays. Can't is a correct answer for number 4. Yes, that's great. Okay guys, let's continue with number 5. Which modal verb we should use for number 5? Number 5, you blah blah be 18 to see that film. Okay, you blah 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 be 18 to see that film. Which one? Okay, Dilara says have to. Okay, Duygu says must. Ceyda, Sıla, they say must. Gamze says have to. You okay? If there is a strict rule, ciddi kural varsa, for example, like serious rule, you must be 18 to see that film. Yes, must is a correct modal verb for number 5. Yes, number 5 is must, not don't have to. Yeah, I'm sure I will explain have to and must in different ways in order to make it clear for everyone. Okay, and number 6, the last one, number 6 for the first part of the lesson. Let's continue with number 6. You blah blah blah. Hear this story. It is very funny. It is very funny. Number 6. I am waiting for your comments for number 6. I think number 5 and number 6, they have the same. It is very funny. If something is very funny, it means it is watched by most of the people. It means you must hear this story. It is very funny. Not you should. You should hear. We can't use. Not you should hear. You should read, we can say. You should listen, we can say. Not hear, but because of hear. It is very funny. You must hear this story. Duymuş olursun. Yani eminim bunu duymuş olursun. It is very funny. But you should is a kind of advice. You should listen. You should read this story. You should listen to this story. But if we have hear, we should use must. You must hear this story because it is very funny. Yes, must, not should. Oh my God! Everybody says should, not should. It is must. Number 6 is must. All right. Yes, duymuş olmalısın. Sorry, Nurtac, for my mistake. I'm not really good at speaking in Turkish. Just I try to explain. Okay, guys, let's have 15 minutes break. Okay, after having the break time, we will continue with the second part of the lesson. Have a nice cup of coffee or tea if you are not fasting, and get relaxed, and then we will continue with the second part of the lesson. So have a break time, then we will keep continuing.
Olduğun yerden hemen kalkman gerek. Adım at ki gerçekleşsin her dilek. Bekliyor seni parlak bir gelecek. Sen ona gittikçe o sana gelecek. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel.
A world full of joy and smile, a world where everyone only by satisfaction and learn to survive in the outside world. Justinglish style. Learn, play, sing and dance. Do what you don't see anywhere else. Learn, play, sing and dance. Do but do Justinglish style.
Hayat devam ettikçe bitmez bu yarış. Sen de bir dil öğren, macerayla tanış. Hayat devam ettikçe bitmez bu yarış. Sen de bir dil öğren, bu dünyaya karış. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel. Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel.
Knife.
Knife. Enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic.
Pronunciation.
Enthusiastic.
And enthusiasm. Enthusiastic.
Reci bilmiyorum.
Recipe.
Recipe. Recipe.
Bir daha.
Recipe.
Clark.
Clark.
Pronunciation.
Justinglishle şimdi sen de dile gel.
Justenglish videolarını düzenlediği Just Video 2020 hepiniz
Olduğun yerden hemen kalkman gerek. Adım at ki gerçekleşsin her dilek. Bekliyor seni parlak bir gelecek. Sen ona gittikçe o sana gelecek. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel.
A world full of joy and smile, a world where everyone only by satisfaction and learn to survive in the outside world. Justenglish style. Learn, play, sing and dance. Do what you don't see anywhere else. Learn, play, sing and dance. Do what do Justenglish style.
Hayat devam ettikçe bitmez bu yarış. Sen de bir dil öğren, macerayla tanış. Hayat devam ettikçe bitmez bu yarış. Sen de bir dil öğren, bu dünyaya karış. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel. Justenglish'le şimdi sen de dile gel.
Knife. Enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic.
Pronunciation.
Enthusiastic.
And enthusiasm. Enthusiastic.
Reci bilmiyorum.
Recipe.
Recipe. And was the recipe.
Bir daha.
Recipe.
Clark.
Clark.
Clark. Pronunciation.
Şimdi sen de dile gel.
Hello again, welcome back to our online lesson. I am Nijat. It's the second part of today's lesson. As you know, in today's lesson we are talking about models of ability. Models of ability like can, could, or be able to. In the first part, I explained the grammar. I explained all the modal verbs from can to would, from could to shall. But now it's the second part, as you see. And in the first part of the lesson, some students asked me to explain used to and would. What's the difference between used to and would? And let me explain. Like used to and would. We use used to when we are talking about like habits, past habits or routines. Okay. For example, I used to play football when I was a child. It's a kind of habit. Okay. Or I used to live in a flat. I used to live in a flat. For example, it was a routine. Okay. But used to, like here you can see both, can be used to refer to repeated actions or events in the past. Would sometimes suggest a feeling of nostalgia, so is often used in the personal reminiscence. Like I will show you examples to explain it. For example, on winter days, we used to sit and we would sit around the fire and tell stories. When I was a child, my sister used to take me or would take me to the cinema every Sunday. But in one case, we have to differentiate used to with would. How can we do that? So, when we refer to a past state, we use used to. We can only use used to in this case. Like Tekno and Mehmet, they asked me to explain used to and would. Like when we refer to past state, we can use used to. For example, I used to have a Toyota Celica. Okay, Mary used to be a teacher, but she is now retired. So this is a used to. But would, let me show you here. But would, for something happened frequently, we would play football. Like something happened frequently, it means something happened repeatedly. Okay, this is a would. I would play. It means it would happen, like it happened for several times. And I would, for example, sing a song. So for these cases we can use would. But for past habits and like past state, we can use used to. For example, I used to live in a flat. I can't say I would live in a flat. Okay, just be careful. And the second question was about must and have to from the students who asked me. I don't remember he or she. One of my students asked me how can we use must and have to. Must has two functions. First, it expresses strong beliefs. Like this belief is not based on fact, but rather on logic. Okay, you think. For example, my keys must be around here somewhere. Here somewhere. Yes, Mr. Mehmet came. Hi again, Mr. Mehmet. Must, like it's a belief. It's a strong belief. Like we know, it's not based on fact, but rather on logic. And the second meaning is it expresses an obligation. The source of this obligation is internal, dahili. It's not like, how can I explain? It's not from someone else. Like the source of this obligation is internal, coming from oneself. The negative of must is mustn't, okay? So here you can see, for example, I must climb Mount Everest, okay? But what about have to? Have to has several functions. First, it expresses strong belief like must. This belief is not based on fact, but rather on logic. It's the same. For example, Yoko has to win this race to advance to the next round. And this example has to express a strong belief that is based on logic. And the second meaning, it expresses an obligation, but the source of the obligation is external, coming from your boss, the law, or authority. For example, if I'm a teacher of Justenglish, we say everyone has to wear a uniform at Justenglish. For example, this is our boss rule. Like this is for everyone, not only for me, but also for every teacher. Everyone has to wear a uniform. This is a general situation in a company, general rule in a company that we can use have to. But must, my mother asks me to do my homework. She says, Nijat, you must do your homework. Okay, so this is internal obligation, but have to or has to, it comes from like your boss, the law, or authority. For example, everybody has to be silent in the room, in the library. Okay, this is for everyone. Or everyone have to buy ticket for the cinema. This is a general rule for everyone. But for internal obligation, for example, I must get up early. I must get up early. This is my situation. It belongs to me. I'm talking about myself, not anyone else. It's not for everyone. It's only about me. I say I must get up. I must get up at, for example, 7 a.m. in the morning to prepare for my exam. But have to, everyone has to prepare for the exam. It means this is a general rule for everyone. Or soldiers have to get up. Soldiers, I don't know in Turkish. Soldiers have to get up. At 6 a.m. in the morning. It means all of them. I hope I explained this grammar for you clearly. So I hope you understood. So let's continue. Models in the past. Time to talk about models in the past. Like third, as you know, we had 3 categories. The first category was about single concept models. The second category was about double concept models. The third category is about models in the past. Soldier means asker. Thank you. Minevver Kavak. Yes, soldier means asker. Dilara says, so you have to be 18 to go to movie. You have to be 18. Yeah, it's true. Also, we can use, but in some cases, let me explain something. Like in some books or in some sentences, both of them are possible. Both of them are possible. They have the same meaning in some cases. For example, you have to be 18, you must be 18. Must is stronger than have to. For example, you must wear your seat belt. Yes. All right. Single concept models we have talked about, double concept models we have talked, and it's time to talk about the models in the past. Would have, could have, might have, should have, may have, and must have. Models in the past, they are models refer to actions that happened in the past. They happened in the past. In this case, we use model plus have plus verb in the past participle. It must have been a difficult decision, or they should have invited her to their wedding. Yes. Model perfect, why we use them, and let me show you the examples. Yeah, please look at the screen closely and pay attention carefully in order to understand deeply. Yeah, it's a different style of speaking in English. All right, must have plus past participle. Must have plus past participle. Like logical conclusion on a past event. Logical conclusion, logical it means mantıklı sonuç. Eski zaman için mantıklı bir sonuç. Peter has arrived late. He must have been in traffic jam. Trafikte olmasıydı. I don't know. He must have been in a traffic jam. Yes, because of logical conclusion on a past event. May or might have, it's a kind of deduction, like maybe or might. Okay, deduction on a past event. Joe might have taken the wrong train, or Joe may have taken the wrong train. Yanlış katlara binmiş olabiliyor. Like this. Could have plus past participle. It means a possibility to do something gone unfulfilled. Like, for example, which one should I explain? For example, Manchester City lost the game. Okay, like Liverpool won the game. So we can say if Manchester City like they played for example worse than normal, we say they could have played better. Daha iyi oynayabilirdiler. It's a kind of possibility to do something in the past, but they couldn't, unfortunately. Couldn't have done, it means a certainty, eminlik, that something couldn't have happened. You are sure something that hadn't happened. Okay. For example, he couldn't have passed because you hadn't studied enough. Yes. He couldn't have passed because you hadn't studied enough, or you couldn't have passed because you hadn't studied enough. Now, there's a mistake with the subjects, like in sentence, you couldn't have passed because you hadn't studied enough. Yes, I am sure because you hadn't studied, that's why you hadn't studied, that's why you couldn't have passed. Would have plus past participle, like desire to do something, but impossibility to do it for external causes. So, for example, I would have visited you, but I forgot your address. So it means I didn't forget your address, I would visit you. It is impossible because it happened, it's done, and you desire to do it, but it's impossibility. Because of impossibility, like I would have visited. Ziyaret ederdim. Seni ziyaret ederdim ama I forgot your address. Should, ought to have, like lament on something that should have been done. For example, if you regret about something, for example, I should have studied a lot. I should have learned English at early age. I should have learned. It means öğrenmem gerekiyordu. You should have warned, or you ought to have warned me earlier. Yes, it means a lament on something that should have been done in the past. Yapılması gereken ama yapılmayan. we use. Shouldn't have plus past participle, like it's a critic on something that shouldn't have happened. For example, he shouldn't have told them. You regret it. Or you shouldn't have visited my friend. He's really angry. He didn't have time to meet you. He was preparing for the exam, so you shouldn't have visited my friend. Yes, it's about a critic on something shouldn't have happened. And the last one, needn't have plus past participle, like something that wasn't necessary doing. Like you needn't have bought it. Almamalıydın. It was unnecessary. Like why did you buy it? You didn't have bought it. Yes. All right. It was about the models in the past. Okay. Models, like, yeah. All right. I'm gonna ask you questions. It's time to ask me your questions. Do you have any question to me? Please ask me your questions. If you have, I am ready to answer to all your questions. And please ask me your questions. I will check your comments. Is there any question to me? I will be happy to answer, to reply to your question. Needn't have, don't have to. Actually, like needn't have and don't have to. Needn't have and don't have to. Yes, they equal to each other. They have the similar meaning. Needn't have and don't have to. Yes. Next question. Guys, if there's any question, please let me know. Let me know, and we will continue with exercise related to this grammar. And by the way, please don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel, Justenglish YouTube channel. Instagram account, we have Justenglish TR, and if you go to Justenglish TR on the Instagram, you will find our Instagram account, and you can get weekly programs, online programs for English, not only for English, but also for German, for Spanish lessons. We have YDS, YDS, you say, academic exam, TOEFL, TOEIC, IELTS preparations, and general English for different levels, and like English for juniors. Okay, if you don't have any question, let's continue with modal verbs here, the rest of them. So we have done 6 of them till up to now. Let's continue with number 7. Okay, if you're ready for this exercise, let's continue with number 7. Number 7, dad, blah, 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 go and see a doctor. His cough is getting worse all the time. For number 7, which one we should use? Let me highlight it. Yes. His cough is getting worse all the time. Number 7. Zeda says should. Okay. Let's wait. Şeyma Bayraktar, she says should. Okay, let's wait for other comments, and then I will tell you which answer is correct. Number 7, dad. And by the way, guys, we have to use the modal verbs from here. Must, mustn't, don't have to, should, shouldn't, might, can, or can't. So we can use one of them here. Number 7, his cough is getting worse all the time. Should. They say should. Muharrem, Minel, Artend, Gamze Nur, Şeyma, Sıla, Ceyda. Okay, let me check your answers and tell you the correct answer. Number 7 is correct. Should is the correct answer. Oh my god. SHOULD, should. Okay, number 8. You don't have to shout. I blah blah hear you very well. Number 8. Number 8, let's wait. Number 8. Number 8 is can, they say can. Number 8, it is easy, guys. It's really easy. Yes, everybody they say can. Zeyda, Dilara, Duygu, Arten, Minel, Gamzenur, Sıla. Thank you. Thank you so much for your fantastic answers. It is can, yes. And I have a question. How many people are you are at home and watch our online lessons at the moment? How many people? Or who do you watch with our online lesson? Who do you watch with? Your friend, your brother, your sister, your partner, your husband, your children, your wife? Who do you watch with our online lessons? Yes, your answers are correct. By the way, Ken is correct. Yes, who do you watch with our online lessons? Okay. Dilara, I asked a question. Dilara wrote the answer of number 9. Okay, Dilara, don't worry. I will tell you the correct answer to number 9. Arden says home alone. Zayda says only me. Okay. What about others? Do you watch alone, lonely, together, family? It's good. Mehmet, Mr. Mehmet. That's really good. Children and parents, me, myself, and me. That's good. Do you go? Fantastic answers are coming from my students. Is alone. So most of you are alone at home, and it's really good. Instead of watching other videos such as Netflix or listening to music on YouTube. So, you can watch us on YouTube and you can learn something. It means you can use your time for yourself. Good. It is perfect. Thank you, guys, again. Okay, let's continue with number 9. It blah 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 be him. I saw him a week ago. It didn't look like that. So here, let me highlight this sentence. I saw him a week ago, and he didn't look like that. It number 9. Number 9 can't. Okay, let's see. Let's wait for the other comments. Let's continue, and I will let you know. The correct answer. So, cannot, they say can't. Yes, number 9 is can't. Yes, can't is a correct answer. It is true. And what about number 10? You look pretty tired. I think you blah 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 go to bed early tonight. So what about number 10? Oh, I answered number 10. Gamzenur says should. Yes, Gamzenur, you are really active today and you answer to all the questions quickly. Number 10. Yes, number 10 is should. Because it is advice. Yes, you look pretty tired. I think you should go to bed early tonight. I advise you to go to bed early tonight. And 11, not might, Mehmet and Dilara. Yeah, it must be should. 11, let me look. I blah blah blah. Let me look. Okay, erik dalı. Erik dalı, she says might. Azme says it is guess. I think it is guess, but it's advice. I think you should go. Might. 4 answers are related to might, but Azme says may, might. May or might. Yes, might is a correct answer. Gevrek mi? What is gevrek? I don't know gevrek. Might is a correct answer. Also, we can use may. I may be able to help you. I might be able. It's good. It's a correct answer. Might. Number 12. Children, you blah 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 cross the street if the lights are red. Yeah, it's a kind of warning. Number 12 warns children. Yep. Okay. Okay, Mr. Mehmet says perfect act accordingly to Erik Dalı. Yes. Why not can? Zayda says why not can? I can be able to help you because it is let me look. It's a probability. Maybe I can solve it or not. That's why, because of this sentence, let me look. Because I'm not sure. That's why we can use might. 12. You mustn't. Yes, mustn't. 12 is mustn't. Yes, you mustn't. You mustn't cross the street if the lights are red. Yes, if the lights are red, you mustn't cross the street. You have to wait for the green lights. And number 13, you blah 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 sit so near the TV. It is bad for your eyes. It's bad for your eyes. It is bad for your eyes. So I advise you, I recommend you to not to do something. Number 13. Zayda says, I understand permission. Yeah, that's why you made a mistake there. Okay, it's okay, no problem. And number 13. Number 13. All right. Okay, and number 13 is shouldn't, they say. I will check. 13, you shouldn't. Yes, shouldn't is a correct answer. Shouldn't. Yes, shouldn't is a correct answer for number 13. Just a minute. I try to write it correctly. Yes, shouldn't is a correct answer for number 13. Number 14, I'm sorry, but I give you a lift because my car is broken. My car is broken. I am sorry, but number 14. 14 is which one? Yes, Minel, Mehmet, Gamzenur, Şeyma, Nursaç, Azime, Sıla, Ceyda. Yes, your answers are correct. And 13, you can't. Yes, can't is a correct answer. Can't is a correct answer for number 14. I'm sorry, but I can't give you a lift because my car is broken. Number 15. Okay. Number 15. I blah blah blah. Stop and talk to you now. I have to get to the library. I have to get. Okay, I have to get to the library. So, for 15, which one is correct? Number 15. Okay, I can't stop. I can't. Yes. Great. Can't is correct answer. 15 is can't. Can't. Okay, let me use capital letters. Can't. Yes, can't is a correct answer. All right, guys, let's play a game. Let's play a game with modal verbs. And I will tell you a modal verb, and I will ask you to write one sentence for that modal, and I will choose the best sentence. And I will tell you who wrote the sentence perfectly. Okay, first modal verb is had better. Do you remember had better? Okay, write a sentence by using had better. Had better. The first one is about had better. Okay, so please write a sentence for had better to show me that you are able to use had better in your English, and I will see how you learned today's lesson. So just write one sentence by using had better. Can you write a sentence? Yes, had better. Had better is one of the modal verbs, and you have to use it in the sentence. Had better, but don't go to Google. Don't use any other sources. Don't use like any materials. Just use your brain. Use your ideas. Use your own ideas and write. And let me know. Dileriz says, if you are sick, you had better go to bed. Okay. Duygu says, you had better listen your teacher carefully. Okay, that's a good sentence. Zayda says, I'd better go outside because there's an epidemic. I'd better go outside because there's an epidemic outside. I think, Zayda, you shouldn't go. You shouldn't go out. Mehmet Bozkır says, you had better listen to Mr. Nijat. Okay, thank you, Mr. Mehmet. Mr. Mehmet, he really supports me while I am teaching online. Thank you, Mr. Mehmet. Big thanks to you and your family. Okay, next sentence about had better. And I will choose which sentence is a good sentence, is the best. Actually, all of them are best, but grammatically, which one is correct, which one doesn't have any mistake, and I will choose that answer. Just only up to now, I have 3 sentences from Dilara, Duygu, Duygu and Mehmet. Azme says, I'd better go to bed early tonight. Okay, Zayda says, I'd not better go outside because there's an epidemic. Zayda changed her answer. Gamze says, you had better stay home because of coronavirus. Okay, thank you, Gamze, for your great suggestion. But people are getting bored day by day. They don't want to stay at home. They want to go out and walk and get fresh air. Yes. Okay. Minever Kavak says, I think it is raining. We had better take our umbrellas. Wow, it is raining. We had better take. Yeah. Had better we use for what? For strong recommendation. Like warnings. Okay. For warnings, we use had better. Which one should I choose? Listen to you had better instead of lying down during the day. Yes, it's a good advice. Thank you, Mr. Art and Techno. Let me choose the best answer. Grammatically correct answer you had better go to bed. It is simple. He had better don't drive a car because he very fast drive. Mehmet Bozkurt. The idea is perfect. Just grammatically you have a mistake. Grammatically you have a mistake. And let me choose. You had better stay home because of coronavirus. I think Senim, you had better. Gamze Nur's answer. Gamze Nur. I'm gonna write your name. Gamze Nur. Gamze Nur's sentence is grammatically correct. You had better stay home. Stay home and stay at home. Actually, some people they say they are wrong, but we can use. But actually, we should use at home because of coronavirus, because of COVID-19. Yes. Great. And next sentence. Please write a sentence for don't have to. He drives very fast. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Miss Eric Dalla. Yeah. All right. Next sentence about don't have to. Don't have to. Okay, so we should write a sentence for don't have to. Okay, time to practice. Don't have to. I am waiting for your answers, for your sentences. Don't have to. Okay. Don't have to. Why we use don't have to, and can you write a sentence for don't have to and show me that you are really able to use this grammar in your writing, in your English. So let me check your answers. You don't have to take it too seriously, it is just for fun. Oh, super sentence. Good. Thank you. You don't have to go outside in this case. Yes, Artem, Mr. Artem. You don't have to wear skirts on Free Friday at work. Okay, Dileriz says you don't have to wear a skirt on Free Friday at work. I think you don't have to wear suit. Yes, you don't have to make a gossip because it is a shame. Yes, thank you, Azimem. Yeah, it is embarrassing. It is embarrassing situation. Don't make a gossiping. Yes, don't gossip about anyone. All right, and next sentence is about don't have to. Don't have to. Don't have to. Okay. And if there's not any answer, let me choose the best one. Best one, grammatically correct one from Eric Dalı. Eric. Eric looks like an English name. Okay, you don't have to take it seriously. Seriously, it's just for fun. Yes, it is just for fun. Thank you, Eric Dalı, for your fantastic answer. Okay, Azime, I read Azime's sentence, and Minever says, you don't have to go shopping, we bought everything. Yes, great, Minever, it is totally correct. Mehmet, Mr. Mehmet, says I don't have to listen to Mr. Najat, so I learn English language. Great, Mr. Mehmet. Thank you. I'm really happy. You didn't get it. Eric Dalı is the song name which is so popular. Okay, yeah, I didn't know the name Eric Dalı. I don't know. Yeah. Thank you for your information. Eric Dalı is a song name. The name of the song, which is popular in Turkey. I didn't know that. Okay. And the next one. Let's choose which one. Which one can be good to write a sentence? Must be. Yes, must be. Must be like if you are sure something is correct, something is true, we can use must be. For example, he must be my friend. Because I know my friend. Yeah. Okay, must be. Please write a sentence for must be, and I will check your answers if they are correct or not. Okay. And I will check and I will see is there any question, is there any good sentence or not. Today was a tiring day. You must be tired. Eric says today isn't finished. Today is a tiring day. You must be tired. Or today you worked a lot. Or today you have worked a lot. Let me write the sentence here in order to show you. Today, because today hasn't finished. Today you have worked a lot. So you must be, yeah, must be is here correct. You must be tired. Yeah, this one is more correct. Arten says, I can't believe it. How you don't know it? You must be here. No, you must be aware of that. You must be aware of that. Yeah, you must be blind. You can't even see your eyes. Wow, Zayda is angry today. I don't know why. Zayda, what happened to you? You must be blind. You must be blind. You can't even see your eyes. You can't see even your eyes. Yeah, this one I really liked. And we never say your hair looks like differently. You must be go to, or you must be at a hairdresser. Yes, Minever. Let me write your sentence here. Okay, Minever. Okay, Minever. Yes, Minever like this. All right. Your hair looks like differently. You must be at a hairdresser. Hairdresser. Yes, that's the correct answer. Okay, Azime says he must be intelligent. He has immediately solved the math problem. Super, Azime. Thank you. I really appreciate your sentences. Great. Mehmet says, Mr. Nijat tells so beautiful lesson. He must be very smart. Thank you, Mr. Mehmet. Thank you so much. Onur Çalış. There's noise next door. Out neighborhood must be at their house. Yes. Like there's really noisy. Like that house that is really noisy. My neighbors must be. Mr. Onur's sentence. My neighbors must be at home. That's great. Perfect. Onur. Great. Onur, Mehmet, Azime, Minevver, Ceyda, Arten, Tekno, Erik, Dalı. I really liked your sentences. Just you had small mistakes, but it is perfect. Okay, it's really great. Like without practicing, you are not able to improve your English. In order to learn English, you need to practice. Okay, making mistakes Like, it's possible. Everyone may make a mistake. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about your mistakes. Like, practicing, by practicing, you will improve your English. Okay, so guys, any question to me about today's lesson, please? If you have any question, any problems related to today's lesson, let me know, and I will take notes for the next lesson. I will explain the grammatical rules. I will solve your problems. And if you have any problem, please let me know. If you want me to teach you something, write the name of the grammar on the comment, and write your comments and ask me, teacher, can you teach blah 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 for grammar? Can you teach blah 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 for vocabulary? Can you teach blah 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 for pronunciation? Okay, I'm here. We are here actually, not only for me, but also for other teachers. We are here to teach you something during the coronavirus, and I'm really happy. I'm really grateful to everyone online, like every student. And I really appreciate your efforts, like writing a comment, asking your questions, practicing using the modal verbs in the sentences. That's really, really, really wonderful. It's really awesome for me. And thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Stay at home and watch our online lessons from the YouTube channel. And take care of yourself. Please learn a lot. Learn. Use your time effectively. Use your time for yourself. Thanks again. Big thanks to everyone who was active here, who helped me, who wrote the answers to my questions. Thanks again. Big thanks to everyone. See you next lesson. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye bye.
Olduğun yerden hemen kalkman gerek.